There is a world where in 2023, we could be getting new Resident Evil and new Call of Duty on Switch, and that sounds super fun to me. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. Do something wacky today. I don't know, take a shower with your clothes on and get ready for all the Nintendo news, because today we're talking all about a much anticipated, long-awaited eShop game finally coming. Maybe, just maybe, finally coming. We also got Call of Duty taking a year off, possibly to prep the waters for a brand new Switch version. And we got major Resident Evil rumors. After ups and downs, is it finally time to see Resident Evil resurrect itself on Nintendo Switch? What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all doing awesome out there. Hit that like button if you enjoy the show, and let me know your take on today's topics in the comments down below. Let's kick it off with something helpful to those of you that want to hop on the online train. Nintendo Switch Online is pretty darn cheap. 20 bucks a year. It is the best price you're gonna get, but today Amazon is doing a very rare price drop down to $18.59. Okay, yes, it's only $1.41 savings, but still saving 7% less. Now there's really no excuse. If you wanted to get Switch Online 12 months for $18.59, you're basically paying $1.50 per month to play all Nintendo's online stuff. That's Mario Kart 8 DLC coming at you in March. That is Splatoon 3 Multiplayer Madness coming at you this summer, Mario Strikers Battle League, and plenty more. It's a really good deal without a deal, but now there's a deal. Check it out if you're interested. And now I'm freaking interested in Resident Evil on Switch. Yes, they did put out Biohazard 7 in other territories for a cloud version, and it was impossible to work here in the States because we were reaching servers way too far, and also cloud versions, yuck. I'm talking about new Resident Evil on Switch natively, and we thought we were getting that game because there was big rumors about Resident Evil Outrage. And then Outrage ceased to exist, and we heard that maybe it was going to shift to be Revelations 3, a follow-up to the cooperative Resident Evil series, and honestly, that would be super cool. Or some brand spanking new Resident Evil that we haven't heard about, but with all the support that Capcom has given Switch for many other franchises, it's very odd that Resident Evil has not popped yet. Granted, they have filled the Switch with Resident Evil nostalgia. Plenty of past titles are on the platform for you to pick up, but we'd like something new. And new rumors indicate we could be getting it in a very different form. Now, last week there was a reveal for Resident Evil, and it turned out just to be an update for the website. Big bummer, no news, but wait. Now people have gone in and looked at the files, and they've noticed that this amazing alligator monster and these hyenas are definitely upgraded models. And not just like a basic up-resing to make it look a little spiffier. They look like they could be new models for a remastered version of Resident Evil Outbreak. Now, what is Resident Evil Outbreak? Well, it's not Outrage, even though they sound eerily similar. Outbreak was kind of like cooperative Resident Evil back on the PS2 when online play was something that very few people had the capabilities to actually play. And it underperformed, but maybe they are ready to bring it back. We know that Capcom has loved their Resident Evil remakes. They're currently working on 4, which is the big kahuna. I don't know if that one comes to Switch, given the graphical overhaul they seem to be plotting, but maybe this one could. Switch is a very cooperative-centric machine, and Resident Evil Revelations is a cooperative-centric game. Maybe this Outbreak remaster is actually what we've been hearing about. Now let me add some major legitimacy to all of this, okay? Who remembers the NVIDIA leak? It was a massive leak from the GeForce Now database with a whole bunch of games, many of which sounded like impossible, like just a bunch of crazy rumors. And yet most of them have come true. Stuff like Crysis 4 and the Chrono Cross remaster, which would be very difficult to just randomly stumble upon, and it seems like this list will all come true. It even includes Capcom's recently announced Street Fighter 6, and it also included Resident Evil Outbreak, the very game we're talking about here, with updated assets that seem like they could be prepping for a big re-reveal. Now, I never played Outbreak, nor Outbreak File 2, which also saw some upgraded assets, nor Resident Evil Code Veronica, which seems to be in the same boat. But I'd be down for any or all of them to come back. Heck, I'd be down for them to bring a nice nifty collection of remakes where we get Resident Evil 2 and 3 on Switch. 2 Remake is phenomenal. 3 Remake was just okay, but 2 was awesome, and that leads me to believe that Capcom would do a pretty darn good job with any Resident Evil title being resurrected for a new experience. I really want Resident Evil on Switch. Village was probably my favorite game of last year, and while we aren't going to be getting that brand new title, Give us something new, whether it's one of these remasters or a new dedicated Switch exclusive a la Revelations 3. Let me know in the comments down below if you would be pumped to get a brand new Resident Evil game on Switch, hopefully soon. Speaking of soon, one of those games that got announced at a Direct and then disappeared for a long time is supposedly coming soon. Who remembers back in February of 2021 at Nintendo's earlier Direct when Mediatonic announced that, yo, Fall Guys is coming to Switch, and we were all like, yes, because Fall Guys was everything at the time. It was the Wordle of 2021, everyone was into it, and they said it was coming this summer. And then it got delayed, and then it got delayed, and then it got disappeared, and finally they've made mention again. In a blog post, Mediatonic said, "We know that news regarding Fall Guys Nintendo Switch is highly anticipated. We're finalizing development, and though it isn't within this update, it's still coming." So it's still coming, although, is it too late? I know a lot of you have been eagerly awaiting Fall Guys on Switch. It seems like the perfect platform for the game. Those fun rounds, multiplayer madness, on the go wherever you are, waiting for your doctor's appointment after class, it just seems perfect. And yet I wonder if all of that hype has run out. We are now post Fall Guys, and I wonder if this game has just fizzled out. Now, if they do drop it, say, in the summer when everyone's getting ready to get wet and wild, maybe it will regenerate a base. And the Switch has plenty of players that would love a free-to-play experience if they decide to do this smartly. But would you still want to play Fall Guys? Have you ever played Fall Guys? I mean, maybe if you haven't, there's enough people that could kind of just generate a new wave, but let me know if you're interested, and I hope this really does come soon. So many of these Direct games or indie world games that just evaporate, I want them back. Like Hollow Knight Silksong, can you please say hello? Earlier this month, Microsoft's president said, "We'd like to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo devices." And we were all like, it's about time. We've been saying that for years now. But it looks like it won't be next year, or will it? All right, this is a very interesting story with a lot of moving parts, so get comfortable. Yesterday, Bloomberg reported that Call of Duty would be skipping 2023. Treyarch's game is scheduled to hit next fall, and they don't feel like it's a good thing. After recent disappointments with Call of Duty Vanguard, Activision is thinking, hey, maybe we're pumping these out too fast. And so they're pumping the brakes on the 2023 mainline Call of Duty. And it'll be the first time in 2 decades that they've skipped a year for the mainline franchise. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is that Bloomberg also reports that Activision is working on other projects to fill the gap next year. And they mention a new free-to-play online title that Treyarch is going to be helping on for 2023. But they do not call it Warzone 2, which we know is in development. Warzone being the Battle Royale version of Call of Duty that does bring in the coin. And I feel like Activision knows they've got that coming, and so that will help fill the gap. But they specifically call out another free-to-play game. And we know that free-to-play works very well on Switch. We also know that Microsoft will officially acquire Activision in 2023, and we know that there's no mainline Call of Duty in 2023, which honestly, given the PS5 and the Xbox Series X power, probably wouldn't have been possible on our current Switch anyways. So here is what I'm thinking, all right? There are 2 ways that Call of Duty could conceivably come to Switch, I think. One is like a dedicated Switch version of a sort that is made for the Switch, its power and its player base. And the other is waiting until Nintendo decides to really upgrade the Switch, having more power, access to a better chip, and then you can just port over the main Call of Duty. So perhaps 2024, after this reset, after the Activision acquisition, we will see Call of Duty come to new Switch in 2024. We've heard rumors about that being the year for Switch Pro or Switch 2 or whatever they call it. But let's focus on the other plausible avenue. A platform-specific Call of Duty would be perfect. Honestly, those are the games that work the best from third parties. Take a peek at Monster Hunter Rise, resounding success because they developed something dedicated for our system. So what if a game in 2023 ain't mainline, but it's made for Switch? It could be a free-to-play game, maybe a zombies compilation that is free-to-play, or maybe a sort of reduced version of Warzone specifically for Switch. I mean, Treyarch's working on it, so it seems like it might still be Call of Duty focused. I guess there's sort of a world where they could put Call of Duty Mobile on Switch, and before you get like, gasp, that's horrible, I've heard really good things about Call of Duty Mobile, and apparently it's very popular and totally playable. Now, I suppose this free-to-play game that's coming out next year could be a different IP. Maybe it's another Crash game, like a follow-up to Crash Team Racing, since that was so fun and they put in a bunch of seasons and tracks and carts. Maybe Guitar Hero could come back, and they'll do free-to-play where you pick and purchase the songs that you specifically want. but I really think they want to keep Call of Duty in your face. And I think there's been a goal of getting this on a massive player base for probably a while now. Microsoft says, hey, we'd like to bring it. They're skipping the mainline entry, and it seems like it could be the perfect gap to give us a Call of Duty on Switch. Whether that is a free-to-play title, or whether that's some unique package developed specifically for Switch, or just a compilation of older content that could really work out on Switch. And that way I'm talking about like older versions of zombies, like Modern Warfare Remastered, something of the sort that wouldn't have too much trouble running on the current hardware. Now, this still is probably a ways away, and we'll have to see when more news pops up, perhaps this summer. But there is a world where in 2023, we could be getting new Resident Evil and new Call of Duty on Switch, and that sounds super fun to me. Let me know what you think they'll do with COD in 2023, and do you believe that this free-to-play could be the thing that finally brings the military FPS to your Switch? Look, before we get to 2023, we gotta get to March, baby, because March is madness for Switch games and our wallets. Our poll today is all about which game you for sure are getting next month. All right, I made a pretty cool video covering the 5 must-play games in March. If you want to check it out, maybe you'll find something that you didn't know about. There are some under-the-radar titles there. It looks like everybody, though, wants to play Kirby in March. That was the big winner. 45% of you gotta pick Kirby. And I felt really sad not picking the pink puff because I'm really hopeful and almost expecting this game to be great. I think it's gonna be 3D World, but Kirby-ified, and that sounds amazing. But my heart, man, I had to go with my heart, and that is my favorite Nintendo game of the last decade. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is dropping DLC. 34% said yes. We're back roading with Rosalina on that Yoshi bike. Now, surprisingly, 10% picked this game I've never heard of. None of them. Pretty cool title. None of them, not even Triangle Strategy, which got 9% of the vote, nor poor Chocobo GP with 2%. But whether you started this video feeling 2% or 92%, I hope that we've boosted your day a little bit, and I hope you're ready to go out there and have some fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you did, and make sure you're staying safe, staying healthy, staying happy, staying positive out there. I appreciate you people so much, and just know you're very valuable. No matter what anybody says or the world feels like it's trying to tell you, you are awesome, valuable, and totally worthy. So get out there, have a good day, and until tomorrow, SwitchForce out.